Hello. Well, there's no one here yet. I think Faye. Hello. Buenas noches. Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien. Sí.
Qué bien, qué bien, qué bien. So, today vamos a estar viendo un poco, pues, lo que es el imperativo, the imperative in Spanish. That's what we're going to be looking at.
Right.
So tell me a little bit, what issues are you having with this before I jump into the class?
Because the imperative sounds as though the endings are the same as the subjunctive.
That's
and
right.
I'm not sure.
Okay. So we're going to look at that because I remember you sent me a message to say, is it the same? And I was like, no. But I'm going to clarify that today for you because I mean, you're half right and half not right. So we're going to go over all that today. But since this video will be recorded for other people to use, what I'm going to do is go from the very top and then we will go over your issues or your doubts that you might have and so on.
Right.
Does that sound good to you?
Yep.
Perfecto. Y en cualquier momento, quieres que pare, you just have to say, Kerry, rewind, rebobina. Okay. Right.
What's that?
Rebobina is rewind, okay. So, first of all, when do we use the imperative? Imperativo. When do we use the imperative in Spanish? Well, on these occasions, we want to give instructions. We want to give commands because it's a mood for commands. This is what we've always been told, okay? It's for commanding, okay? For giving orders, for giving permission, and also for giving advice. Okay, so for example, if I was going to give you an instruction on how to prepare my favorite paella dish, I would say something like, if I'm talking to you, Faye, I would say chop, cut, wash, corta, lava. It's an instruction, so I would use it for them. Okay. To give you permission, perhaps you might say to me, ¿puedo hablar? ¿Puedo hablar? You're asking me permission to talk. So then I would say, habla. Okay, so for these points, that's what we'd use to give instruction, orders, permission, and advice. Now, it's very important that you recognize the 4 forms that we use to talk about the imperative in Spanish. We use tú, which is you singular, vosotros, which is you, as in you lot, you all, you as a group of people, vosotros, and tú y vosotros. So you in singular, you in plural. You also use it in the usted form, which is the polite form of addressing someone, and the ustedes, which is plural. So obviously, we would use this form if we were talking to someone who is older than us or someone who you would give respect to. So if you're talking to your teacher, you would use usted, so you would refer to them as usted. So you would use that form. But if we're friends, sorry?
Would you use it for your parents?
Funnily enough, I have a neighbor, and also the guy who taught me to drive, who is Spanish, he is an older gentleman, and he says that in his village, they use usted for parents, which I thought was really weird because obviously your parents is a more closer relationship. But he said, where he comes from, it's a sign of respect. So it depends. Some people are more comfortable with their parents and they show that little bit more, they talk to you, in that form. But other people might choose to use usted because it's the way they express themselves is showing respect. I respect you, mother, or I respect you, father, because you're older than me and you've given me life. So it really does depend. Okay. So remember the forms. You use it in tú, singular, so you singular, and vosotros, which is you lot, a group of you. And if you want to be polite. So this is a bit of a bore for people who don't like grammar, but it's worth you just getting this done so it's all clarified, okay? So, as usual, well, with normal conjugation, you have all the subjects conjugated. You have yo, tú, él, ella, nosotros, vosotros, ellos. With this form, you do not conjugate the I, and I'm not going to say you never conjugate vosotros because I've seen it, and you can conjugate it, but when you're given a command, you wouldn't really give yourself a command to yourself. So that's what I got told when I was at school, and obviously I still stand by that. You wouldn't give yourself a command, would you?
No, okay.
I would give you a command. Mm-hmm. I would give you advice. But I mean, if you, I have seen it conjugated in nosotros, but these are the four forms that I usually teach because that's the way I learned it. Okay. So with the AR verb endings, if you have a little look here, so in blue, I've got the endings. So as normal, you will keep the stem of the verb. So for tú, it'd be habla. You take the AR off, you add the A, okay?
Mm-hmm. Right.
If it's vosotros, you lot, you would just add a D to the AD. So it'd be hablad, okay? Hablad. What are you waiting for? Hablad, speak. You guys speak. Hablad, okay? Hablad, okay? Hable would be usted. I'm being polite, my teacher. Hable usted. Okay? Or in the ustedes form, you would just add an en. Hablen. Okay? Hablen. For older people. Now, the ER and the IR ending is the same. The endings are the same, so you won't have to learn two different endings. So if it's ER, you would simply take off the ER or the IR and add, as you can see here, E. So for comer, U form would be come. It's like eat. This tense, this mood is almost a little bit rude, isn't it? It's like eat. I think it's like the angry tense. Eat. Eat up. If it's vosotros, it's a group of you. I say comer, okay, with the ed on the end. I'm going to go back to what you were asking about the subjunctive after I go through this, okay? But everything in its time. It's a process. The ending for polite, being usted, would be coma. Coma. I'm being polite to you. Coma. I don't know you that well. Coma. Or if you're old, coma. Now, if it's plural, if it's more than one person I'm talking to, I say coman. Okay? And it's the same with the IR ending. It would be vive, tú, vive. Okay? Vive. Okay. Vive tu vida. Vive tu vida. Live your life. It's a command. I order you. Go live your life. Okay? It's an advice. Vive tu vida. Okay? Live your life. You only have one life to live. Live it. If it was vosotros, vivid vuestra vida. Okay? Vivid vuestra vida. Live your life. Viva and vivan would be the usted and ustedes form. Now, I know what you were saying about the subjunctive, because the subjunctive, and before we even touch the subjunctive, do not leave this if you do not have your present tense, your present simple, el presente del indicativo. If you don't have that down, go back and revise that.
Right.
Why do I say that? Well, for your tú form, the you singular form is actually, if you notice here, habla, come, vive. What does it have in common with the presente del indicativo? What does it have in common with it? Do you know?
It ends in, well, the AR ends in A, and the IR and the ER both end in E.
Yes, but exactly. So the first person, no, the second person here, which is a two, is exactly the same as the third person in the presente del indicativo.
Right.
Do you see?
Yeah.
It's the same. So if you've got the present indicative down, you just have to remember that when you're talking in the imperative, you're just going to take that. You're just going to take the ending for the for the third person. So he, she, or it. It's the same ending.
Right.
Okay, for two, only for two, for you. Okay.
So basically, we should leave the S. Take off the S.
Because, exactly. Yeah. So you're just taking off the S, and it would be exactly the same as Now, I actually think the vosotros is really easy to remember because the only thing you're doing is adding a D to it. Okay? Hablar. Okay? Comer. It's just adding a D. It's literally adding a D in all three endings. Okay? So, now when we get down to the usted and the ustedes, who's this? René. Yes. Estoy enseñando el español. Por el nombre, voy a decir que es usted o español o hispano. Así que esta clase a lo mejor no te... Hola, Emi, ¿qué tal? Okay, so going back, okay? So the usted and the... Can you see, what are the tense can we see here in these two? You mentioned it before. Faye, you mentioned it before.
It's the present tense. Hold on.
Hable, coma, viva.
Oh, is that the subjunctive?
It is the subjunctive. It is the subjunctive, but I don't like to say it's the subjunctive because it's not the subjunctive, but it takes the form of the subjunctive. Okay?
Right.
The imperative takes the form from other tenses, but I don't like to say it's the subjunctive, but it is. The endings are the same. Okay? So if you are secure with the presente del indicativo y el presente del subjuntivo, this is a piece of cake for you. It really is. Okay, so, right. If you look, if it's the ER verb for the usted, all you're doing is adding an E to it. So, habla becomes hable. If you're talking to usted, just as it would be in the subjunctive. Okay? With ER and IR, the same thing. You just add an A. Coma. Coma usted. Usted no está comiendo. Coma. You're not eating. Eat up. You probably say that to an elderly person you didn't know very well.
Right.
Okay? Right. Hablen. Okay? Vivan. Vivan. Que vivan su vida. Vivan. Okay? So go and live your life. I would say, giving a piece of advice to a person I didn't know that well. Okay?
Right.
So, right. Moving down, I'm going to show you some irregular, and then I'm going to get you to do some on your own. Okay? So, hacer would be haz. Tú haz algo. You do something.
So,
hacer algo.
Oh, haz. Okay.
Hazlo. Do it. I'm begging you to do it. Hazlo. Okay? And these are very common, you know. Oh, I want to learn English. Hazlo.
Right.
Okay? The law I will explain to you in a minute because we have suffixes that you add to words. I'll explain that a little bit later on. Okay? Hazlo. Okay? Hacedlo. Do it. Hacer. Okay? Now for the usted, I would say haga. Haga lo que quieres. Haga lo que quieres hacer. Hágalo. Okay? If it's a group of you I'm talking to, however, I would say háganlo. To be polite, háganlo. Okay? Right. The same with the verb tener. Ten. Ten este dinero. It's an order. I'm saying take it. Ten.
Okay.
It's for you. Have it. Ten este dinero. Plural, tener. Tener este dinero. Tenga cuidado. Be careful. Tenga cuidado. If I don't know you, imagine I'm driving around a taxi and the taxi man's going way too quickly. I could say, tenga cuidado. It's a piece of advice that I'm giving. Tenga cuidado. Yeah?
Okay.
And obviously, if it was two people, I would say tengan. Tengan cuidado. Now, this one, which is, you should know this because it's a very popular one, ir. The verb ir, which is to go, be. Okay? Imagine you're at my house and now I need to go to bed. I say go. It's an order.
And so when they say bete, is that
Yes.
what's from there? Okay.
Exactly. It's the same. I'm saying go. Right. It's not a suggestion. It's an order.
Okay.
Yeah, or ir. If I'm talking to more than one person, I would say ir al médico. It's a piece of advice. Ir al médico y pregúntale. Okay? Ir al médico. Now, if I was being polite, I would say vaya al médico. Go to the doctor. Vaya al médico. And again, if it's plural, I would just add an N to the end of it. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to do the affirmative and the negative, because I think with the negative, you always think of the subjunctive. You always use the subjunctive, if you like, to, well, sort of figure out where you are. Think of the subjunctive as the negative, okay? You always use the negative when you want to give an order. In the imperative, is actually always takes the form of the subjunctive. So an example, if I say di, what verb do you think di comes from?
Decir, no?
Very good, decir, yes, decir, perfecto, decir, to say, yeah? So I say something, di algo, it's an order of saying, say something, di algo. Now, if I wanted to say, don't say anything, I would say, no digas nada.
Okay.
No digas nada. It's an order. I'm saying, if mom asks who broke the vase, no digas nada. Okay. Nuestro secreto. No digas nada. Okay. It's a threat. It is. You can use it as a threat. Absolutely. Nobody puts that on, but yeah. No digas nada. Okay, the next one is af. Which verb do you think af comes from? Af. H-A
is from
af. Leave it down a little bit.
It's not hacer.
It is hacer. Well done. Hacer. Yeah. Hacer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the feel? Yes, and yeah, hacer. So if I was to say to you, hey Riri, can you hear me? Hey hun, are you there? Her mic's not on. No hagas eso. Don't do that. No hagas eso. Okay? Estoy hablando, no hagas eso. I'm speaking, don't do that. No hagas eso. Again, subjunctive.
Okay.
I feel as though these are key to know when you're learning Spanish. These irregular verbs. Hacer, tener, ir, haber. All of these are vital. you use them so much. They're so regularly used that it's a must. You absolutely have to have them. Okay. Be. What verb do you think be comes from?
Ir.
Perfecto.
No.
Yes. Ir. Okay. Ve a tu casa. Vete a casa. Estoy
Okay.
harta de tenerte aquí. Vete a tu casa. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
I will explain to you the pronoun in a minute. Okay. Okay. Or no te vayas. Okay. So maybe I'm giving you. I'm asking you. Yeah, not to do something. No te vayas. Okay. No te vayas. Don't go. And 10, that's a really easy one, I think. Which verb is 10?
Tener.
Exactly.
Tener.
Which means what in English?
Tener, to have. To have.
Perfecto. And the last one, se. Where do you think se comes from? Se. Se tú misma. Yeah.
To be.
Yeah. Yeah. Se. Yes. To be. Yeah.
So.
Vosotros would be said.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, what I want to go over with, you see how when we're saying vete, no lo hagas, one was positive and one was negative. One was an affirmative sentence and the other was a negative sentence. So, I'm going to explain a little bit. Okay. So it goes together with a direct object pronouns. Okay. So in a positive sentence, the reflexive pronoun goes before the verb. So, and in a negative, it goes after the verb. Okay. It goes before, and in the positive, after. So if I was to say to you, close the door. Cierra la puerta. Okay? Cierra la puerta to you. Yeah. But I didn't want to say la puerta. I didn't want to say the word. I just wanted to say it. Now, we know that it from the door is what? The door? Is it el puerta or la puerta? Huh?
La?
Yes.
Or is it still, okay, la?
It's la. So I would say ciérrala.
Okay.
Ciérrala. So that's where the la or the vete, the te comes on at the end. It's like a suffix, okay? So I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to explain the indirect pronouns quickly. The indirect pronouns are in this order. Oh, can't see. Okay. I always say me, te, le, nos, os, les. So, me for me, te for you, le for he or she, nos for us for you lot, and les for them.
Right.
Okay? So, the person who was receiving the action. Now, the direct pronouns are lo, la, las, los. So the things or the thing or the object that we're talking about. Okay? So these move to the end of the word. So, for example, let's see. The example was, okay, abrochetelo. Abrochatelo. I can't talk. Abrochatelo. Okay? I'm talking about the coat. Abrochate el abrigo. But I don't want to use el abrigo because it's too long. So we know that el abrigo would be lo. Yes? So I would just say abrochate lo, and the lo I'd put at the end. But there's obviously an order to this. Okay? So the indirect pronoun would go before, and then the direct pronoun would go after that, okay? So I'm going to give you some examples to make sure that you understand, okay? So I'm going to write it in the chat, and then you can write it in the chat, and then we will do it like that, okay? If I wanted to say, let's see. I'll try an easy one. Okay, give me the apples. If I wanted to say, give me the apples, how would I say that? Because obviously it's easy to say, go, come, but if you have to use double pronouns, how would you do that? Give me the apples, how would you put it?
Give me apples.
Give me the apples. The apples. You have to give me the apples.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, so you can type it in, yep. So I can put you on screen. Remember the verb? What's the verb for give?
Is that right?
I don't know. Oh, you're writing me in private. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Juan Francisco
okay.
Está haciendo trampa. Yo creo que usted es español. Así que, Faye, I think you're writing in private and not the actual public chat.
Okay. All right. I put dame las manzanas.
Yes, and so has Juan Francisco Alemán Salinas. He said, dame las manzanas, por favor. Yes, but we're talking about joining the word together, los pronombres, para hacer una palabra solamente. ¿Ok? Porque estamos viendo cosas como cuando estamos viendo, what do we see? El imperativo. Okay? There are longer words we can use. For example, cuéntamelo. Okay, cuéntamelo. Cuéntamelo. Okay? Cuéntamelo. Okay? Well, tell me el asunto, okay? Cuéntame lo que ha pasado, okay?
So
lo que ha pasado, cuéntamelo, okay? So instead of saying cuéntame lo que ha pasado, cuéntame el asunto. In one word, con una palabra, pues dirías cuéntamelo, okay? So, en vez de poner todo esto aparte, tenemos que hacerlo en una palabra, porque estamos aprendiendo cómo se junta los pronombres, cuando hay dos pronombres, cómo se pone para hacer una palabra sola. ¿Ok? So, como lo hemos visto antes, abróchate el abrigo. En vez de decir abrocha y luego el abrigo, vamos a utilizar lo que tenemos aquí abajo, que son los pronombres directos, the direct pronouns, lo, la, las, los.
Okay.
So, abróchate, remember the te, which is the indirect pronoun. Remember we saw métele, nos, osles. Okay?
Right.
It goes after the verb. So, abrocha, te, y luego lo, which is the object, afterwards.
Right.
Okay? Rostom, si tú quieres, sí, es que, pero como no tengo tus detalles, no te he mandado el enlace, pero sí que te puedes conectar, claro. Vete y me mandas, si lo quieres, mándame un email, tu email aquí, y te mando el enlace para que puedes entrar, ¿vale? Nos queda poco, pero puedes entrar. Arroba gmail.com. Si me lo mandas rápidamente ahora, te meto en la clase. ¿Vale? Mándame un correo y te meto. Ok. So, ¿dónde estaba? Hey, ¿dónde estaba?
Yeah.
No, pero ¿dónde estaba? No sé. ¿Qué te decía?
Approchatelo?
Yes. So,
Sí.
you have the verb. Give me a verb in Spanish. Whatever verb.
Comer.
Okay, comer. If I wanted to say eat all the I have an obsession with apples. eat all the pieces of pizza. Eat all the pieces of pizza. Okay, how would I say eat? Like you eat all the pieces of pizza, but not saying come. I'm not saying comete todos or los trozos de pizza. How would I say that in one? How would I make this and this without saying the whole thing? Without saying the whole. How would I say it?
Cometelos.
Yes. Cometelos. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Ross sent me.
How would you say the ustedes?
Ustedes.
With the pizza, for
Okay.
example. Plural pizza, plural ustedes, plural. Oh my goodness.
Okay, remember this. This is for me, this is for you, this is for he or she. Because les would be the ustedes. No, but with that, you wouldn't say it with that. It sounds weird, como les. You would say que los coman. Or comanlos. Comanlos. Coman would be. Remember we were talking about
I've got
subjunctive. Comanlos. Yeah?
Comanlos.
So it's comanlos. Okay? Just a minute. I'm trying to add someone. Oh, okay. Just a sec.
Comanlos.
I need to send. I'm not quite sure how to send this to.
Have you got the link?
I'm trying. Can you send it to him? Perhaps you can send it to him. I'm going to send you. Okay, actually, here, let me show you. Comanse la pizza. Coménsela. Cománsela. It sounds weird. Suena un poco raro, pero sí. Puedes mandar. Te lo mando yo. I'll send. Can you send it to him? I'll send it to you. You send it to him.
Yeah.
Or let me try something.
I still have it.
Comienza la pizza. Comience la pizza.
O comen.
Los trozos. Pero no he dicho la pizza, he dicho los trozos. ¿Okay? Los trozos. Que es los, no es la. Entonces.
Do you want me to send it to you, the link?
Estoy intentando.
Hold on. Let me put the link in the chat. I don't know if I can put it in the chat.
Yeah, just put it in there. And because obviously I have to let someone in for them to come in. So just put it, see if you can put it in the chat there.
Okay.
Si lo puedes hacer, te metes, y si no, porque es que no sé.
To do the chat.
Rostam, ¿puedes?
I still not au fait with the chat. So I've sent it to you
Somos un
privately.
desastre, Rostam. Es que somos un desastre con esto de... No, porque quiero que te metas. Quiero que te metas. Un momento. Y por favor, Juan Francisco, no te vayas. Me gusta tener españoles en clase. Usted, comanse. Sí, pero me estás dando las frases completas. Lo que quiero es un orden con una palabra solamente. ¿Vale? Por ejemplo, si quiero decir, cómete las manzanas, diría, cómetelas. Una palabra sola, cómetelas. ¿Ves? No estoy diciendo cómete las manzanas. Es una palabra que estamos buscando. Cómetelas.
Okay, I don't know how to do the chat, but I've sent it to you privately in the chat.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
So you can
Okay,
copy and
I'll just
paste
go to the chat and
the
see.
main one.
Okay, perfect. I can then copy it from here. Copy.
Yeah.
And I will open another screen. I hope he doesn't. Can you still see me or not? Faye?
Yes, I can still see you.
Okay. Porque yo he abierto otra cosa. Rostom, lo tenemos aquí. Te contesto y así te metes. Es que la tecnología no es lo mío. Ok. Debes tenerlo ya. Te lo he mandado. Debes tenerlo. Sí. Vamos a volver a los comentarios. ¡Ah! ¡Luchi! ¡Enhorabuena! Esta es mi chica. 10 en inglés, me encanta. Me encanta, bien hecho. Eres una campeona. Y muy trabajadora. Que te quiero mucho. Un beso. Ok. Vamos a seguir. ¿Dónde estábamos? Ok. So,
Pizza.
basically, the direct pronouns go to the end of the word. So if it's the apple, the pizza, the whatever it is, it goes to the end of the word, okay? If I want to say, take out the shoes. Take out the shoes. How would you say take out the shoes?
You would say hold on. Saka.
Uh-huh.
Saka los. I don't know.
Okay, but I'm talking to you. So what was the pronoun I put for you? The indirect pronoun. Like I'm saying, you take it out.
Te.
Yes.
Te.
So sácatelos.
Oh, sácatelos, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So remember, this after the verb, you put your pronoun, and at the very end, you put your direct pronoun, which is the object that we're talking about. Okay? So the object, the person who is receiving the action, okay, goes before, and obviously the object goes at the very end. Okay?
Right.
Yeah. So on that, let's see what Luchi. Okay, I think he's having problems signing in. Okay, let's do some more. Si estás ahí, por favor, pone la traducción para esto. Okay. Vamos a practicar un poco de todo. Okay.
Get my notes.
Es más rápido. Okay. Wash your face. This is reflexive. Wash your face. Now. Wash your face now. Okay.
Lavate.
Okay. 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 Wash your face now. Wash your face now.
Lavatelo. I don't know. Lavatelo.
But face is not law. What should face
Oh no,
be?
yes, Ikara. Lavatela. Yeah?
Yeah. Lavatela. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, lavate. Lavatela. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, we have to remember that. See, this is a whole other lesson about the accents because I don't know if you know about the accents. You have las agudas, so where the accent goes on the last syllable.
Mm-hmm.
For example, bajón. So always the accent would go on the last vowel, so it would go on the O,
Okay.
bajón.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have llanas, where I think they call them grave as well, where the accent would go not on the last syllable, but the second to last syllable. Yeah, okay. on the vocal, the vowel. And then you would have esdrúcula, I think I'm saying it right, which would be words that have got 3 syllables. And then it would go on the first syllable. On the first, the stress is on the first syllable, or counting from backwards. You always count from the end of the word. And
nice.
Do you understand what I mean? So
lesson.
No te voy a. I'm going to do another lesson on accents.
Because I'm like, yes, no.
No, I'm going to do another lesson on accents because I think it needs at least an hour. I don't think Rostom has been able to connect because, and I really wanted him to connect because the thing is, he's doing GCSE or A level, I think. So when people are doing GCSE or A level, it's good practice, Okay.
Right.
Let's go over what we've seen so far. Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Faith. I'm going to give you a verb. You're going to conjugate it in the form that I say to you, in the imperative. Okay. But just revise. When do we use the imperative, first of all? When do we use it?
The imperative, I can use my notes, right?
You can use your notes. This is not an example.
The imperative: instructions, orders, permission, advice, commands. Absolutely.
Okay, and because you can't use them in all subjects because, we don't give orders to everyone. You don't give orders to yourself, for example. So, which 4 forms have we seen when we use this form?
Tú, vosotros, usted, y ustedes.
Okay, very good. And when do you use usted or ustedes? When you're talking to whom?
Oh, when you're talking to someone and it's formal or it's more polite.
Yeah, it's more polite. Yeah. So, if I wanted to say, take out your card, please. How would I put that in the imperative? Take out your card, please. Take out your card, please. Take out. No, I want you to use the verb sacar. Okay?
Oh, sacar.
Sacar, yes. Take out.
Sacatela.
Ah! Oh, yes! Oh! Excellent. Perfecto. Take out your card would be sacatela. Perfecto. Yes. Sacatela. Okay, good. A ver, if I wanted to say the same thing, but I wanted to use usted. polite form. I want to say, take out your card in a polite way to someone I didn't know. So imagine you came to my job and I wanted to see your ID. I wanted to say, well, take out your card. And I was being polite. How would I say it?
Sakelo. No, saka. Saka. So it's a sake. Yeah, that's the first half. Sake. Sake selo. No. Sake. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it's nearly. Go on.
Sake.
Sake. Okay. What would be your conjugation for sakar? What would be the conjugation?
It would be sake. Instead.
Sorry?
For usted, it would be sake.
Sake, spelled how?
Oh. S-A.
I don't think he's able to log on. I'm so sorry.
Hold on. Sakar. So
I hate it so much.
Oh, okay. It might be S-A-Q-U-E.
Very good. Yes. Q-U. I thought you were going to say C-A. Okay. Yeah. But I'm trying to see if I can find him, but I can't. I hate this. I love doing this, but I hate when I want someone to join and I'm not able to get them on. Maybe I wrote the email down wrong.
Did you put it in the chat? Did you copy and paste it in the chat?
Yes, I did, but
the link, I can't see it in the chat. Or did you?
No, but I didn't put it in this chat.
Oh.
No.
I
sent it to his email. It doesn't matter. Oh. It doesn't matter. So it's S. Spell it for me.
S-A-Q-U-E.
Okay.
But after that, I'm lost. Sake, but I don't. After
no, what did I say? I said it was ustedes, right?
Ustedes, yes.
Yes, ustedes. So if it's plural, it's saquen what?
Oh, saquen los.
Anybody else on the line know what you would put? Okay, if it was it would be saquelas. But if it was ellos, you'd put the N on, saquen.
Saquenlas. Okay? Saquenlas.
Saquesela. Actually, what did we say? Was it plural? What did we say? Saquen? Saquenselas. Saquenselas, por favor. Saquenselas.
Okay. Saquenselas. Okay.
Saquenselas.
Right?
Okay. Right. So going back, what else? What have we learned about the usted and the which form do we take when we're talking about usted and ustedes? Which verbs, which tense do we need to take?
Subjunctive.
The subjunctive. So I know you were a bit worried about the subjunctive before. Do you feel as though you have a better handle on the subjunctive or not really?
It's a bit difficult. I have to go over this again.
Okay. We're going to do something very basic, okay? I'm going to put a verb, which is something easy. Okay, beber. Okay? So I want you to do all of that. Usted.
Okay.
No, tú, vosotros, usted, and ustedes.
Okay.
Not the combined, just the normal, regular conjugation. So, tú, vosotros, usted, ustedes.
Okay. Yeah, get out of the way. No, bebe,
Okay.
bebe, bebed,
Okay.
beba, beban.
Bevan. Yes.
Mhm.
Good. So you've got that. Okay, let's try an AR verb now.
Okay. Without looking. I'm not going to look.
Caminar. Yes, let's try.
Caminar.
Yeah, without looking. Caminar.
Okay. Caminar. Camina.
Camina. Like you.
Um,
Ooh, hurry up. But
Camina. Okay. It's the stress, right?
sorry?
Is that right? Camina.
Camina with the A, yes.
Camina. Camina. Caminan. No. Caminat. Caminat.
Perfecto.
Caminat. Caminen. No, camine.
Camine with the E and
Camine. Caminen.
caminen. Perfecto.
Caminen.
Muy bien. No tienes problemas. Vamos a ver. Voy a decir el verbo. Tú me vas a decirlo todo en usted, en ustedes. Just because I want to see si entiendes más o menos el subjuntivo, si lo entiendes o no. No vas a mirar la hoja, no vamos a hacer trampa, porque esto lo tenemos, lo sabemos hacer. Somos geniales. Lo sabes hacer.
Okay.
Lo sabes hacer. Usted and ustedes.
Okay.
Vamos a empezar. El verbo venir. En imperative. Usted and ustedes. Venir.
Binet? No.
Usted and ustedes. Remember, usted and ustedes is the formal, the polite.
Bina? Can't be. This sounds all right. Benir.
Think of the subjunctive.
Oh, Baya?
That's the wrong verb. That's ir.
Okay.
Venir, venir.
It's not Benir.
I'm going to give you a clue. It has a G in it. It's like the following.
Bengan. Bengan?
Venga.
Bengan. Bengan.
Venga and bengan. Okay, now a sentence.
Okay,
if I wanted to say, come with me. How would I say, come with me?
Vengan conmigo.
Yeah, you plural. Vengan conmigo. Yes.
Vengan conmigo.
If I want it to be negative, how would I say it?
No vengan?
Yeah.
No vengan? Okay.
Okay. And if I wanted to say you, not usted, you as a friend, you as someone I know, you as somebody I go to school with, you as my neighbor, how would I say you? Ben. Come to my house at 8 o'clock. Come to my house at 8. It's an order.
Ben a mi casa. Ben a mi casa. Yes?
Okay.
No?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Ben, okay.
Remember that ben can be reflexive as well. You can say venirse.
Okay. Oh, venirse. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So you can say vente a mi casa.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vente a mi casa. Yeah.
Okay.
Venirse. Ven a mi casa. Vente a mi casa. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Instructions. This is going to be more difficult, okay? Y si alguien quiere hacer esto, por favor, hazlo en el chat. A ver si quién lo hace primero. Vamos a hacer un bizcocho, pero un bizcocho especial. Okay. Un bizcocho de zanahoria y cale, que lo hice ayer, antes de ayer, y estaba buenísima. Es una tarta buenísima. Más que un bizcocho, es una tarta. ¿Es una tarta? No lo sé. I call it a cake. Okay? So the instructions are, remember, we use this for instructions. So the instructions are, okay. Voy a ver quién lo hace más rápido. Okay. Wash the carrots. Then cut them up. Okay. Later, grate is rayar. You know, you grate something. Later, grate them. Later, cut them.
Okay,
Later, then grate them.
Cut.
You're gonna have loads of verbs here, and mix them. Mix it with flour, and put it in a big bowl. Okay, I'm going to stop because it's going to be too much. Put it all, I'm going to put it here, put it all in a big bowl. Wash the carrots, then cut them, then grate them, mix them with flour, put them in a big bowl. Okay, eso es mucho, pero lo podéis hacer, chicos. Okay?
Lávalos. Oh no. Yes?
You don't have to do the one word thing anymore. You could just do it normally.
Lava las zanahorias.
Fenomenal.
Cortar is cortar.
Cortar, sí, cortar.
Cortarlas.
Sí.
How'd you say great?
Rayar.
Rayalas y rayalas. Okay?
Sí, luego. Ajá.
I don't know how to say mix.
Mezclar.
Mezcla.
Yes.
Mezcla.
Ajá.
How to say flour?
Harina.
Mezcla la harina.
Remember, zanahoria is la. Mezcla
con la
harina.
¿Cómo se dice? Harina. Y ponla en un, I don't know, recipiente, I don't know, bowl.
Yes, o un bowl.
Un bowl grande.
Muy bien. Fenomenal. You are such a superstar. Okay, now what we're going to do is permission. Okay, so you're going to ask me a question, which is, the question you're going to ask me is, ¿puedo llamarte? So how may I reply? You can reply o de manera negativa o puede ser afirmativa. Puedes decir, pues sí. So la pregunta es, ¿puedo llamarte? ¿Me estás pidiendo permiso? Okay, can I call you? How then would I reply?
No,
¿Puedo llamarte?
No me llames.
Sí. Sí, no me llames. It's an order. Don't call me. I'm going to bed. No me llames. Or what if you want it to be friendly and say, yeah, call me. You can call me day or night.
Okay.
How would you say, yes, call me?
Llámame.
Llámame. Perfecto.
Llámame.
You see how the llámame is just one word?
Llámame.
Llámame. Yeah, you just put the pronoun on the end. Call
Right.
me. The me would just go on the end. Yeah, llámame. Okay.
So can I ask you, no me llamas?
No me
there
llames.
tildes? Are there no me llames? Sorry, are there tildes in that one?
No, no me llames. It doesn't have a tilde.
Okay.
No me
No
llames.
tildes. Okay.
No,
All
no
right.
me llames. Okay. Next one. Let's try advice. Okay, let's try a bit of advice.
Okay.
How would you say? Listen to your heart and don't get married.
Oh,
I'm so negative.
Oh,
What's wrong with you? Listen to your heart.
Escúchate? No. Escúchate? No te.
No, don't use the te because it's just you
Escucha tu corazón
very good.
y no te cases? I don't know.
My work is done. Yes. Fenomenal. Yeah, no te cases. Escucha tu corazón y no te cases.
Okay.
No te cases. You know it. You know it. You've given instructions, you've given orders, permission. Can I sit down? You know, in Spanish they say se puede, like whether it is to enter somewhere. They normally say se puede, as in asking you. They just might be asking. Imagine you come into my office and my office door is shut. You might knock and you might say se puede, saying may I? Like, may I come in? It's like, may I? How would you give me permission to come in?
Pasa?
Perfecto.
So.
Pasa.
Okay.
Yeah, pasa. Yes, come in. It's like, yeah, pasar de come in, pasa. Simple. I think that we've covered most of what we're supposed to yeah, because I've explained to you that when the imperative has two pronouns, there's always the order. The first, which is me or te or se or le or nos or les, that comes before the object pronoun, which is lo, la, las, which with lo, las would come at the end. We've done that. We've done the negatives. Popular ones that we might see, and we see all the time. You might see dame, which is very, very popular. When I came to Spain, the first time I thought it was so rude for someone to go to the supermarket and say, dame un kilo de esto. ¿Ah? Chocante. Me resultó muy chocante y no me gusta que me digan dame. De hecho, nunca voy al supermercado a decir dame esto. Me suena muy raro. It sounds really rude in my head.
Yeah.
But yes, it's because it's an order and we don't, I suppose in our culture, we're taught not to use that sort of language. It's an order. You're asking for something. Yeah. It's a politeness.
Yeah.
So, but you hear it quite a lot in language, you know, dame esto.
Yeah.
But I suppose if you want to sound more natural when you're in a place, you have to speak the way the locals do. Or you might hear, cuéntame. Okay, cuéntame.
Oh, yeah, that one I heard.
Cuéntame. How have you been? Tell me. Cuéntame. Okay? If it was, tell me everything. I could make that longer and say, cuéntamelo todo.
Oh,
Tell me everything.
okay.
Okay? Yeah? Cuéntamelo todo. You might have heard as well, déjame.
Yeah.
Yeah? Popular one. Or fíjate. Fíjate lo que dice. Fíjate. Fíjate lo que dice. Fíjate. Yeah? Fíjate is like, pay attention to what it said. Can you believe you said that? Fíjate lo que me ha dicho. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of one that you hear a lot. If I came in the office and I saw that you were doing absolutely nothing at all, and it was a bunch of you just sitting there, a group of you, and I wanted to say, do your work, not just you, all of you, how would I say that? Do your work.
As it is
Group of you.
I got it.
I'm not being polite. I know you're lazy, not doing your work. No, because I'm not being polite. I'm not being polite.
Oh.
It's vosotros. It's you lot.
Oh. I said tus. I don't know.
Not tus, because it's not your.
I said los. No. No.
We're not shortening it. It's just a normal sentence. Just put your work.
I said.
How would you say your in plural of you?
I
don't want your head.
It's ustedes. It's ustedes, yes? No.
I said, which is vosotros. I said, if it's your work, I'd say tu trabajo.
Okay.
But it's not just your work, it's a group of you. So how would I make that plural?
Is that us?
I said vuestro trabajo.
Oh.
Vuestro trabajo. Remember possessive. Okay?
Yes.
Tu trabajo, mi trabajo. Yeah?
Yeah.
Vuestro trabajo. Yeah? Hazlo. Okay? I think I confused you because perhaps we're talking about the double pronouns with imperatives and then we went back to normal sentences. My fault completely. Okay.
Vuestro.
Okay. Okay. So, creo que es todo. Okay. If I wanted to say, tell him the truth, how would I say that?
Dígale.
Okay.
La verdad.
Dígale la verdad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, estoy quedando sin pilas, chicos. Okay, y yo creo que con eso os voy a dejar porque Fe, yo creo que estás you're a little bit I think you're better than you're more confident now. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think you understand it a little bit better?
Yeah, I think I just have to use it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Tenemos un grupo de WhatsApp. Hay que practicar con mensajes de voz. Okay. Hazlo.
Sí. Okay.
Practíquelo. Practíquelo. Claro. You see, if sometimes it's difficult for us because I find obviously the two form much easier because that's the one I use the most.
Right.
Or you said, but vosotros probably don't use that one so much.
Right.
Okay? I say, háganlo. if I was being polite, do it, háganlo. So, hay que practicar lo que es el presente indicativo. Esto es para resumir. El presente indicativo lo necesitamos para el forma de tú, ¿ok? Que es la tercera persona. O sea, en vez de decir comes, sería coma. La tercera persona del indicativo. Y para el usted y ustedes utilizaríamos la forma que reconocemos como el subjuntivo.
Sí. Okay.
So, tenga, vaya, coma, duerma, all of this good stuff. Y con eso me voy a despedir de vosotros. Y nada, si tienes cualquier duda, luego me lo dices y intentamos trabajarlo un poco más. Entonces, dame give me a piece of advice before I go, just to make sure that it's down. That you have it.
Vete a tu cama muy temprano.
Yeah, I will go to my house. And I'm going to say to you, I was going to say thank you for coming, but that's not the imperative at all. Que te vayas. No, I don't want to give you an order. I don't want to give you an order. So what should I give you an order?
Advice.
Instructions.
Is it
no, you gave me advice. You gave me advice. I'm going to give you permission to go. So I don't want to say be. Okay, so be. I can't think of one. my head is pues, cene bien esta noche. Cene bien esta noche. Eat well tonight. Have a great dinner. And gracias por estar aquí, los que están aquí. Y hasta la próxima vez. Hey, Kiki, has venido y estamos terminando. Qué pena. Antes de que nos vayamos, Kiki, ¿puedes poner, por favor, una frase con gracias, Juan. Gracias. No. Bye, hi, bye, no. Una frase with the, I can't think. Ha sido un día largo. Empecé esta mañana a las 8 y ya, pues, el cerebro lo tengo que ya no me funciona. Tengo que ir a ducharme y alistarme para la cama. Estoy cao. ¿Ok? Pero, por favor, Kiki, ponme una frase en the imperative in Spanish. ¿Ok? Puede ser, pues, un orden, un permiso, un consejo, antes de que nos vayamos. Lo que sea. Remember, a piece of advice, for example, brush your teeth before bed. That would be lávetelos bien antes de dormir. Pues lave los dientes. Okay. Te estoy esperando porque nos vamos a ir, pero quiero una frase de ti, Kiki. Porque no quiero que te vayas. Una frase. Kiki está aprendiendo español. Aprende un montón de idiomas. Ella tiene un canal donde hace unos vídeos muy chulos y la verdad es que sus vídeos son muy interesantes. ¿Okay? Lo vas a poner. Lo malo de esto es que yo no puedo ver quién está escribiendo. En otras partes puedes ver lo que está pasando, pero como no veo, tengo que esperar simplemente. Si no puede ser Kiki, alguien más para despedir del chat, pon una frase en el imperativo antes de que nos vayamos. Quien sea. Hay 4 personas ahí, así que por favor, pon una frase, put a sentence, be brave, and que me tengo que ir a comer, a cenar. No me gusta cenar a esta hora porque es que mi cuerpo sigue el horario británico. Llevo aquí un montón de tiempo y es que no me acostumbro al horario de aquí. Es que no me gusta cenar a las 10 y luego acostarme. Es una cosa que yo creo que es una cosa cultural. Es como cuando me dicen, ¿te gusta jamón? Y digo, no, el jamón no me gusta porque es como comer carne cruda y no me gusta el sabor. Luego te deja como un aftertaste. Y, ha puesto, no comáis, ¿qué has puesto? No comáis la torta. ¿Cómo has venido tarde? Hemos explicado, pero sí, no está mal. No comáis la torta. Sí, no comáis la torta, se puede decir, pero ¿qué hemos dicho? Que en el imperativo utilizamos el tú,
Comed.
vosotros, que sería, what would it be, Faye?
No coma la torta.
No coma la tarta. Claro, and if it was vosotros.
No comed.
No comed. Yes, no comed. Es que está aquí. Yes.
No comed.
Yes. Because comáis is vosotros, but it is not the imperative. So, eso lo tendremos que ver otra vez. And Kiki is in America, and I think in America they don't use vosotros. So el español es un poco distinto en ese sentido. Y tenemos Paige, ten una buena noche. Yeah. And if you're being polite, you would say, tenga una buena noche. Okay. If you're being polite, you could say that. Okay. You looked online. I mean, it's not wrong, but according to what we were teaching about the 4 forms that we get taught is that. And you can argue it because it's arguable that you can use nosotros, but previously we did mention that nosotros is including yourself, and you wouldn't give yourself order, you wouldn't give yourself a command, really. It's not impossible to give yourself a command, but it's not normally what we do. We normally command or give somebody else advice or permission. You don't normally give yourself permission to do stuff, do you? Because you wouldn't ask yourself, oh, can I do this? And then you wouldn't ask yourself, well, do it. Unless you're crazy and well, actually, I do that. But in the real world, perhaps not. Anyways, it has been a pleasure. Gracias por estar aquí este rato conmigo. Gracias, Faye. Como siempre, eres una estrella. Y pues hasta la próxima, a ver si como algo.
Okay.
Okay, que un beso enorme a todos y como siempre, un placer. Mucho gusto.
El mío. Gracias.
Adiós. Adiós, chicos.
Adiós.
No problem, Paige. Adiós. Adiós, Paige. Adiós, buenas noches a todos y todas.